Yeah. So, um, so you took on this task, and no, I did. I took on this. I mean, through the spirit. I went through the scriptures, learning. It's all been fighting demons. Learn. Hey, I was always fighting demons when I was a little boy. Now I got the answer. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what the hell I was going through when I was a young boy. Demons. I know they were demons telling me, "Oh, you ain't special." And I was run. I remember them days I was run to my mother's room. I saw something talking. I heard a voice. I heard something telling me I ain't nobody. I was always telling my brothers and sisters about UFOs. I was in a spaceship. You know, I was always saying these things. I was talking about. I was when I was a young boy. I was always, I got all the, I got, I was always talking about these things when I was little. You know, about spaceships, aliens, and, I always now I'm saying it's clear. The answers are clear now. You know, I always hated the movie. I understood the history, but I always hated how I was always be mad. Not hate. I was always be mad when I was watching The Roots. I always loved Ten Commandments, the movie, Ten Commandments. I always thought Moses was a superhero. Like that's how a man supposed to look with a beard, and it amazed me because when I used to watch I mean when I was have that I truly believe it was out of body experience, and I was open my eye, and I was a man, but I was a little boy when I opened my eyes. I was a man with a beard, and I looked across. I see more men with beards. I looked the other side, was more men with beards just standing there, with their hands like praying. Now I know what they was doing. Some of the stuff was blocked out, but when I saw the picture, wait, this is the picture right here. Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This is the picture right here. Okay. Whoever drew that, I still don't know who drew this picture. All right, when I seen this picture, I said, "Oh, that's what I saw." I would look across, I see men. I looked the other way, I see men. I was always my mom was always telling, "Boy, you used to always say weird stuff when you was little. You used to speak a weird language." I don't know. I didn't. My mom was passing away when she started speaking to me. Yeah. All right, Shalom. All right, Salakia. Yeah. So I know I was rambling, but so we do have something great to look forward to, man. It's nothing like what we experiencing now. It's nothing like it, man. It hurt, man. But the pain is making us stronger, man. The pain is making us stronger. We never gonna be able to endure, you know, much tribulation to enter the kingdom. All right, Luke chapter 14, verse 27. And whosoever doeth not bear his cross, your hardship. Let's see something real quick. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says in NLT. Okay, and whoever not and if you do not carry your own cross, right, and follow after me, cannot be my disciple. And that cross represents hardship, everything you're gonna go through. That's what it is. You're gonna be going through things, man. Some serious things gonna be happening around you, man. You gonna be looking, people gonna be looking at you all crazy. Why are you still going through that? Why? It's gonna be, but um uh for whichever you intended to build a tower, sit it sit it not down. I mean, sit it not down first and count up the cost, whether he has suffice.
Sufficient.
Sufficient to finish it. Are you ready to go through the whole thing? Are you ready to get to the end to this, man? Because there's an end to this. They tells you in the scripture, it says Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So if there's something that's gonna happen that's gonna end this world, and we're gonna have a new world that's for us. And we've seen a lot of individuals that's been in this, and they're not doing it no more. So they started this, and they done lost individuals. Now you got to go back and face them. Oh, not only is the ones that you left, that you didn't help finish building this glorious building we building, the kingdom. But when you go back to them people that was you left in the world, they ain't gonna like you either, man. I'm telling you, man. They're not gonna like you either. They did. Huh. They did looking at you, eating chicken with you and shit. But then they bringing out a pork sandwich. Yo, they do that, man. I'm telling you, bro. This shit's crazy. Yo, my fucking family, my brother, my sisters, they fucking eat mad swine and shit. Motherfucker, imagine going back. I just thinking about it. Imagine going back to sit around them motherfuckers. They always calling me though. You know, they always go, oh, because they try to, them demons on them, they trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Like, you know, just take it out, dude. And I always hated swine, so it wasn't like a new thing. Like, oh, I was always mad. But them motherfuckers, yo, I'm telling you, I'm just dealing with my own situation. You know, motherfuckers would love to see you fail, man. They don't want this to be, cause they can't get away with their crimes. It's a crime. This is a criminal. It's a criminal thing. It's crimes going on out here, bro. It's just criminal. These people need to be judged. And they don't want they never. If you experience what I experienced, they never wanted you to be good, cause then they can't be bad. You know, Salakia. So sufficient. Let's see what it says. Salakia. I'm all over. But I didn't even read the other verses, but I'm gonna get them other verses. Sometimes we try to do the video fast and stuff like in the 30 minutes, but I'm gonna break it down. Just gonna do what I do. It's a holy conversation. All right. It says, you know, I remember just speaking. I remember when I first when I first heard the truth, and through the spirit, the Lord Yabashim Al Shah, the decision was made, right? I was in the house in the Bronx, and I was watching a few videos on YouTube, whatever. I was looking around every damn thing, and I did not want to do anything I was doing before. I did not want to do nothing I was doing before. I did not want. I didn't. You know. I had this little baby girl in the room, whatever. She was young, you know, and I did not want to do anything. I said, she's not going to change. She want to do this. Whatever's going on around. I said, I did not want to do nothing I was doing in the world anymore. And I weighed the options, you know, based upon seeing what I was doing already, what I did already in the world, and what I was going through. I said, it doesn't add up. Wasn't adding up. whatever was going on in the world I experienced was not adding up to what I was told what I was going to accomplish. You know, look, like it says right here. Then Peter answered and said unto him, Behold, we have forsook everything, and that was on my mind, forsaking this world, forsaking all, and followed and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Then Yahushua answered, Verily, truly, right, I say unto you, that ye which have followed me, and I said right there, everything was broken down, the description, going through all the verses, and reading I'll tell you the truth, reading was one of my scariest things. I used to always run from reading. I was always running from reading. You know, I can say that now. I was always running because I think that I could do it. You know, that's the fair, honest truth. I think that I could read. You know, so, and when I heard "bless who readeth" and all the other thing, and I saw the brothers out there reading and taking a stand for something that they didn't see, and I kept comparing to what I seen and what I didn't see, and that day, I don't know if it was, I think it probably was the next day, it was Saturday, I went outside and I went down to 34th Street. And prior before that, it was a fight. I was there. I remember like it was yesterday, right? There was a bunch of idiots talking shit, and Apostle Tahar lost it. So I grabbed Apostle Tahar and he flinched off of me. He had mad strength and he just started beating him. This is what happened. This is what I remember. He just started like I just saw everybody just getting their ass kicked. I'm sorry, that's what happened. It was so fucking mad. He was so angry that day, and I was like, I grabbed him. I don't know if he remember, but I grabbed him, and he flinched off of me, and then all hell broke loose out there. That was on 34th Street, and I couldn't find them. They wasn't there when I went back to follow. Maybe a couple of weeks, maybe, I couldn't find them, so I went. This is right. I sat there in my house and I said, "This is it." It was like go. So I went out and I went looking. I went searching for the disciples, for the apostles, and the elders out there. This was way back, and I didn't find nobody. So I walked all the way. I remember seeing them like down on 30 by the Twin Towers. I remember seeing them like down there, and I didn't never seen them down there, but I saw them on on the YouTube. They were doing the videos down there, so I went down there walking. I walked all the way down. I walked all the way down to the house. I couldn't find nobody. Then I was like sad. Then I walked back up. I walked all the way to 14th Street. And I was like, oh man, I just want to hear this. I just want to hear this truth. I just want to hear this. How can I get to you? And I kept saying the name Yahushua. How can I get to you? And I wanted to learn how to spell it and all this stuff. I just wanted it. I just wanted it bad. And that's when I ran into Shabbat. That's when I ran into him. And he was in front of the Citibank by himself. There's so many people around him. It was like so many people there was knocking. It was just he was like under attack. But I came over there and I just stood in front of him. And everybody backed up. And then he was reading and whatever. And I was just standing there. I was just like, cause I remember him being with the apostles and the elders in Akim. So I just said, all right. And then that day he looked at me like, "Hey, you want to be a part of this camp?" I was like, "Yeah." And that was history in the making for me. But I was like, "Hey, this is where it's at." And every weekend we was down there. So um, where was that? Oh, it says that was really, it was really spiritual though, because that day I was walking and walking and walking. I was walking so sad. I was like, please. I was like, please let me. And then I remember, I was like, please, please, please. I I ain't know how to say he, but I ain't know how to say Baba Kusha. I was begging. I was walking. Please let me do something. Let me do something for you. I don't want this world no more. And then that's when I saw Shah Boss. And I was like, wow. And I was amazed. I mean, it was amazing. And then a lot of things happened after that, but that right there was really, really amazing. It was just wow. I'd rather sign one of these men. You know, it says and now it's 2023, right? It's 2023, right? And I experienced a lot. I experienced a lot, right? I experienced a lot just thinking about it, man. Following Yahweh Shemal Shah has been the best thing I've ever done with my the rest of this life on this side of the heavenly gloriousness. Because the other side is the kingdom. But we going through tribulation to get between this filthy world and the clean world to come. So it's happening. So looking back and I'm thinking, I said, hey man, I think the Lord, because I remember like another thing I remember. So I sat there like when it was time to really make the chant. Well, to say forget about everything that was down there. It's because it's another part of the story anyway. That's real powerful too. That was real. It's real. This stuff is really powerful, man. Like that's why I be really excited about um doing this, man. Like, wow, you really want me to do this? Like, I said, okay, I'm going down there. I always ask. They always give me an answer. Yahweh Shemel Shah gives me my answers now. Through his apostles, through his elders, and when I watch videos, oh, there goes my answer. There goes the answer. Why Yahweh Shemel Shah for the answer? All right, it's a lot. I've been just rambling. Um, it says Luke chapter 14, verse 28. The NLT translates it. But don't begin until you count the cost. And I tell you, man, and I was thinking, I was like, oh man, I don't want this no more. Remember, I was like, I don't want this place no more. It was everything was so stupid at that moment. You know, she was bugging, and I'm trying to raise this little girl, you know, and I'm like, music ain't gonna do it. You know, I still got to get out there, and for who would begin construction of building without first calculating the cost to see if there is enough money to finish it? Who, you know, are you in your mind you might think you're not worthy. Oh man, do you hear these things? But Yahweh Shemel Shah, he gives you, he's the one that's give you in this money that he got you out there building with. You know, he wants you to be, he if he called you, Many are called, if you are chosen. And you, like I said, if you here at this point, he chosen you. He chose you to do his work, not to be his example. And that's where you gotta stay out there, man. And you see everything happening, and it's happening. Like you wouldn't expect certain people to to fall out. You'd be like, damn, he was not. He was one. He had so much wisdom, but he's gone. And you see someone come in and they expand, and they, oh man, an unexpected outcome. Wow, he could truly be a man in the Lord. So there's lots of inspiration. There's a what's the opposite? There's a lot of bad outcome, but there's a lot of great outcomes too. So you see it all in real time. So like I was all over the place. It was like a holy conversation slash couple of verses, and um yeah. So like we're gonna end this verse. We're gonna end this video. So the headline for Second Peter chapter 3 verse 10: a new heaven and new earth, and this is what we're looking forward for. So everything that we saw happen to us getting to this point was a part of us seeing on, if we're on the chariots looking down, that this place being burnt up and the new heaven and the new earth. Because the Lord said the earth abided forever, so the earth ain't going nowhere. It's just something, the place got to be damaged and destroyed. And we want to be on the right side of this fire. Okay. This is Second Peter chapter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works there are in. That the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? And that's where we come in at. These are our conversations based upon understanding that what manner of person that, and seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved. All these things that we left, if it's not for us, it's not going to be with us. It's dissolved. We are here now still doing that, and the Lord did dissolve us. Like in our situation, we got the big outcome of the missiles and things, but our walk, a lot of stuff that was on us is dissolved. It's left behind there. It's left back there. So we look back now, we counted the cost. We looked and said, man, and we thank the Lord, Yahweh Shah, for getting us a hell away from the madness. Cause this shit is madness, man. You might think about an old girl you was with. Damn, imagine having mad babies right now. You think that should have turned out right? You'd have been child supported. Hey, I got my daughter with me. Just gonna say that. And just through the spirit of Yahweh Shah, I remember like yesterday I asked, I said, do you want me to leave her? I remember like yesterday. Or you want me to take her? I asked Yahweh Shah this. And I made a phone call. I said, if it goes through, if I get the phone call and it works, that means you want me to take her. If it don't work, you don't want me to take her. And boom, the phone call worked. So I took her. This is 2023, 16 years later, and we still doing what Yahweh Shemel Shah wants us to do. Following him. He wants us to follow him. So seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of Yahweh Shah, wherein the heaven being on fire, and you want to be on the right side of that fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. You want to be on the right side of that fervent heat. I'm sorry, I was all over the place. Salakia. I brought this out. This was edifying and clear. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelling righteousness. And that's the key, righteousness. So, when Peter asked that question, he wanted righteousness, man. He wanted everything to be perfect. He didn't want it. He didn't want this place. He didn't want what he was seeing back then no more. Just like we didn't want this. What we hear now, we didn't want what we see is happening now. So that's the spirit of Ashmal Shah. Sick of this place, man. So Salakia, ramble too much, but I do all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shah B'Hashem Kavadash. Shalom to the Akim. Shalom. The water Yahweh Shemel Shah for the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Shalom.